Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is where you are, wherever you are, thank you for joining me today. I'm about to take these glasses off because I got big old circles of lights in them, so they about to come off. So, let me just, my cute little glasses. Okay, anyway, these are just my experiences to help people know like you're not alone. It's a very isolating feeling, and to be able to relate to somebody even in something so tragic, it's still like it helps. Not in a misery-less company way, in a comforting way, you know what I mean? Because it's not like we sought each other out and like we intentionally wanted others to feel like this. We're just glad to know that we're not alone, you know, just to know that somebody else understands where we're coming from and how we feel. This video is about sexual abuse and sex. So for starters, remember if you did watch my basically my history video, basically saying my history of sexual abuse. I started being sexually active very young. It became basically a crutch, a coping mechanism to not getting any type of attention. I wasn't piquing nobody's curiosity. Obviously somebody's if I was sexually active, right? But that's because I started to use, you know, I correlated the two. This is how I got a lot of male attention, you know, he was being sexual with me, blah, blah, blah. So then as I try to go and pursue men, not men, but boys, because I was like in high school, like my second year in high school and stuff. It really bothers me, like to this day, to think about how those two things correlated in my brain. I don't like that. I don't understand. And you know, when I find out, y'all know y'all gonna be the first, second, and third to know why the brain did that. You know what I mean? But it started as basically a crutch. That's like how I got my attention, how the boys was talking. I'm like, oh, I want some male attention. So I started using my body because I felt like other than that, like what else am I gonna do? You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Like what else am I gonna do? I felt really worthless. And so to know that there was something that made a guy look at me or a guy want to see me and stuff, it made me feel like pride. Like, okay, like my body, like they like my body. Like, so it made me happy. They like my body. They like this, they like that. You know what I mean? Something for me to be like, you know. I'm not sure if I mentioned in the history video, but you know, sexual activity is known to me now. Like it's like nothing. When I was younger, like it was a crutch, and that crutch became like a coping mechanism. That's how I dealt with the fact that once I hit the realization, like these boys don't really like me. Like they just, you know, I'm offering them something that they want, and so that's the only reason why they are even entertaining me a little bit, because I'm offering him something sexually. That is such a humiliating realization that, like, other than that, I would have still had no type of attention. Other than that, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. So, again, coping mechanism. It helped me deal with the fact that I knew that the boys didn't even really like me. Cause it's like, he don't like me, but he's still, you know how they be saying like, oh, I still beat though, oh, I still hit. Like, that's how my brain was. So I guess this is kind of how it transformed into being so numb, because it's like, you know, I knew these people didn't really like me or care about me or anything. So then I would reverse it like, I don't care about them. It makes you feel so like invaluable. It makes you feel so small. Like I was uncomfortable with myself as much as like I said, as much as I try to use my body and stuff like that to get attention and stuff, I still felt nothing. I still felt numb. It still wasn't it for me. I didn't get like the man in the sense of the relationship and all that, but I got the man in the sense of, you let me hit it. You know what I mean? So that's probably where it started to numb. And then like the more trauma that I got with it, like as I got older, it was just, I'm telling you, it's like I wear my scars on my face. It's like I wear my scars on my face. It's like I wear my pain on my face. Because everybody, even people that claim they want to date me, claim they want to be with me, the main thing that they want is my body. And the thing is, I know it's not just me. I know that's just how men and people are just programmed now. It's easier to get out of somebody than some sex, basically. In my case. And I'm not saying it in like I'm saying it in like it's a curse. Like that's what it is. Like it is a curse. It is a curse that I can easily get someone to have sex with me. You know how they say like you are what you attract, basically? Like I'm very broken, so I always attract broken people. So I always wonder, like, how am I getting these jerks? How come people always treat me like this? How come this, and this? And it's like basically because you wear your pain and you wear what happened to you like an outfit, like a headband, like a wig. I just wear it all the time. And wearing my trauma will attract trauma. Like people that have their own trauma that they don't deal with, they're bringing it to me, but the way they handle it is much different. Like instead of being a sponge and an empath and taking it in, they're gonna give you some pain, they're gonna give you some trauma, they're gonna give you a run for your money. I tried to let myself be vulnerable, like sexually, and try to like take my power sexually and try to feel it and try to make it mean something. And the person that I trusted to try that with, of course, hurt me too, just like everybody else. So I felt really stupid, and the biggest feeling that I feel is confusion. I really feel confused because it's like, why stop me out to her? In present day, you know, I am becoming less and less sexually attracted to people. Like, I kind of got to a point where like I was kind of hanging on by a thread anyway, because as time went on, my abuse increased. If it's not one type of abuse, it's another, and it just goes on, and it drains like the little sexual craving that I do. Okay, this is dramatic because it's a big craving. So it's like a big appetite, but it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks as time goes on. There has been so many times that I just wished that I had stayed a virgin. That I had just wished that I was never abused and never... I feel like I can't blame that all the way because I'm human. I have feelings. I know that I was going to have that curiosity sometime. But I feel like being abused robbed me of... it robbed me of certain aspects of the sexual experience. It robbed me of aspects of losing my virginity. It robbed me of aspects of just, I feel like, enjoying it. It robbed me of feeling happy and free. It made me insecure. It made me afraid. I literally have to have like a shirt and some socks. I can never be just bare nothing. Like You know what I mean? I feel robbed. I'm so robbed, you know what I mean? I'm so robbed from what the sexual experience is supposed to be. And I just feel like I don't even desire, I feel like that's what it was. I felt like I wanted to know, what did it feel like to actually wholeheartedly enjoy it, wholeheartedly trust it, wholeheartedly be vulnerable, wholeheartedly give, wholeheartedly receive. I felt like that was something that, as I got older, despite it being numb in the back of my mind, like, I feel like that's something that I wanted, because I'm like, how come I'm not having that? Like, I know as of recently in my mind, like, that was kind of more in the lane that I wanted to be, you know what I mean? Because, but even trying to be in that lane, it's still shut down. My brain could think that I want all of these things, but when it comes time to put it into action, I'm not even about to be emotional. I'm not, as soon as it gets down to it, it's like, I'm an energy person, I'm a vibe person. And because I've been hurt so much, and because I'm so open with how much I've been hurt, it's like when I deal with men, it's like, because I've been sexually abused, it's like they devalue me. Like, oh, she's been abused, drop her 30 points. Like, cause something, what? Like, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. It feels like, cause I'm open with my stuff, and so I'll tell him, man, like, yeah, you know, I've dealt with a lot of stuff, so, you know, cause I try to defer people away from me. Like, I try to make people not want to deal with me, because, you know, dudes like to spit game, and I'll be like, look, you don't want to be with me. I have a lot going on. I have kids. I have a long history of abuse. I am a very, like, attached, clingy type of person. And, you know, that's not a good thing. That's because, like, it's like mentally I want somebody to save me from something that I already went through. You know, I had to realize that people can't save me from stuff that had already happened. But it's just like, I don't trust anybody. And it's kind of sad, because, like, that don't mean I don't get hurt, you know what I mean? Just because I'm sexually numb, that don't mean that I don't have a emotional response to situations or whatever the case may be. I'm still gonna have emotional responses, because I'm still, like, a human being person. Like, I'm still alive. Like, I'm really here. I'm real. So it's just, it's a lot to bear. It's a big burden to bear. And it's kind of like, especially sexually, it's like it's looking at you. It's like when you're trying to, like, enjoy somebody, you have this big monster that is full of all the faces of the people that have sexually abused you, and they're watching you have sex with someone. Like, it's a haunt. It's a haunting. And it's always in the back of my mind. It's always there. Like, and so sexually, I've never really been, like, a sexually free person, you know? As you know, as I mentioned before, I'm a people pleaser. I'm overly compliant. Even in sex, you know, that gets me manipulated a lot. And it's just like, you just kind of be like, whatever, like, whatever. That's me, though. That's just me. Like, that's not everybody. Like, I need a backbone, honestly. I'm just keeping it, like, I don't want to say that, because I hate to think of myself of not having a backbone, but I don't. I am a pushover. And I know that that's a result of being abused as a child. I mean, and I am sorry for everybody that has to go through the same thing as me. And I wish I could spot it in other people and, like, save them. I wish I could spot it in, like, kids and be like, I know that look. Like, thank you for going through all of this with me. And I hope that this story is either inspiring to help you to be able to talk to someone soon. You don't even have to rush, but I hope that I'm inspiring you to talk to someone at some point in time. I hope that I let you know that you're not alone. I hope that, like relating to somebody made you feel like, okay, like a sense of relief in the sense that, again, like you're not alone, because you're not. If you want to talk, if you want to chit chat, not just chit chat, not just any free willy nilly shit. Not, I'm just saying, because some people be creepy, you know, and I just, please, with the creeps, chill out, you know. But if you want to talk or if you want to chit chat about the situations we go through, the situation you go through, I always have an open ear. If you, you know, if nothing else, I definitely have an open ear, and I definitely can relate 100%. Even if it's not the exact same story and it didn't happen the exact same way, because it never can. I'm definitely here to talk. So I want you to stay strong, survivor. You made it, you did it, and we're gonna make it again tomorrow.